Hello everyone. Today we have a very special guest with us, Anukriti Sharma, and she is a senior communication skill and personality development coach. And for her outstanding contribution in her field, she has been selected as one of the winner of Top 30 Inspiring Women Awards 2025 Season 3. She has been selected in Senior Communication Skill and Personality Development Coach, Image Consultant, and Hospitality Trainer, Aerostar Aviation Academy, Gujarat. Her winning title was Outstanding Educationist of 2025. Over to you, Anukriti ji.
Thank you so much, Aarti, for giving me that wonderful introduction. It humbles me and empowers me at the same time. And I'm very thankful to you and your entire team for giving me this opportunity and this platform to showcase my work, my talent. And once again, I'm very grateful to your entire team for acknowledging and recognizing my work and honoring me with this award.
Okay, can we know more about your journey as an educator up till now?
Well, I would say that unlike the academic journeys of many educators and my peers, my journey has been quite an unconventional one. I started off about 15 years ago as a performing artist.
Mhm.
So, for a long time, the stage and the camera were my two best friends. I was either speaking on the stage or in front of the camera as a keynote speaker and a live show host, also as a news reader down south in Hyderabad. And one thing led to the other. And now that I look back, I realize that my career as a speaker led to my career as an educator along similar lines. So now I am predominantly known as a communication coach. I excel and I believe that I've done a certain bit of work in the language of English. So I'm an English communication coach. I also coach my students along the verticals of corporate communication, social etiquette, and business etiquette. And apart from that, I also help in building overall holistic personalities that are charming, attractive, and confident, also powerful. So I work along the verticals of communication and leadership skills, two of the most important, I believe, soft skills which are required in today's world. And I'm known also as an image transformation coach and a soft skills trainer.
That's really a wonderful journey. Let me know, what do you believe in, being book smart or street smart?
I believe both have a certain role to play in the overall development of an individual.
Mhm.
In order to be street smart, one has to start their journey by acquiring knowledge first. And when it comes to technical skills, books and their respective coaches do play a role. So we cannot underestimate the power of knowledge in terms of technical skills. That
Mhm.
does lead to a certain level of development. So, yes, that being said, without the involvement of soft skills or success skills, as I would like to call them, one cannot imagine achieving success in today's world. So, being book smart is never ever going to be enough. And I cannot emphasize the importance of soft skills enough in today's world. In order to be a leader in your field, in order to hold a leadership position in any field, whether it be entertainment or education or any field in the service industry for that matter, one has to have the technical competence as well as the communication and the leadership competence. तो हमारे हार्ड स्किल्स और हमारे सॉफ्ट स्किल्स दोनों की ही बहुत ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंस है. On top of that, I would say it's not an equitable distribution or a 50-50 distribution. 50% goes to technical and 50% goes to soft skills. No, no, no. Even if you are falling short somewhere in your technical skills, as long as you have communication skills, confidence, charisma, and leadership skills, the world is always going to judge you on the basis of your communication skills. अगर आपके पास बहुत सारा knowledge भी है, but आपको
Mhm.
उसको communicate करना नहीं आता with confidence, then the
Right.
world is going to judge you accordingly. For example, if your technical skills are a 10 on 10, and
Mhm.
your communication skills are a 4 out of 10, then the world is going to judge you as a 4 out of 10. So, even if you are lacking somewhere in your technical skills, you can always make up for them in the future as long as your communication and leadership skills are on point. In fact, आजकल तो सर्विस सेक्टर में ये कहा जाता है कि the two most important skills which are required of any
Mhm.
candidate are communication and leadership skills. So
Right.
called industry knowledge, so called industry training, तो आजकल companies ही provide कर देती हैं.
Mhm. True. Very true. So I think हमारा जो next question है that is again related to the same thing that do you feel that only the technical skills enough to succeed in today's world? Like if we
No,
see the
no.
current scenario, right?
Not at all, in my opinion. And I firmly believe that soft skills are very important. In fact, they're only going to become more and more important in the future. More and more industries are relying on soft skills and are paying attention to how a person speaks, behaves. Does a person have emotional intelligence or not? Does a person break down under pressure or can survive under pressure? Is that person resilient enough? Is that person a good leader, a good communicator? Is that person a great team player? So, all these skills are gaining more and more importance with every passing day. चाहे वो entertainment हो, चाहे वो artists की दुनिया की बात हो, चाहे वो service industry में aviation, होटल इंडस्ट्री हॉस्पिटैलिटी की बात हो या कॉर्पोरेट वर्ल्ड में किसी भी इंडस्ट्री को ले लिया जाए टेक्निकल स्किल्स आर इम्पोर्टेंट बट टेक्निकल स्किल्स से आपके लिए करियर अपॉर्चुनिटीज के सिर्फ दरवाजे
Mhm.
खुलते हैं एक रेज्यूमे टाइप हो जाता है बट इन ऑर्डर टू थ्राइव एंड इन ऑर्डर टू सक्सीड इन एनी इंडस्ट्री सॉफ्ट स्किल्स आर अ मस्ट
Okay, so coming to our very next question, you are into education and you have a lot of experience in that, I must say. But still, maybe you also have faced a lot of challenges, right? So, what's the biggest challenge you face in today's world as an education, in this educational field? So, what's that challenge?
CRT, yeah,
Mhm.
that's an excellent question. You and I are probably the
Mhm.
millennials, and आज के जो Gen Zs और Gen Alphas को मैं
Mhm.
देखती हूँ, the one challenge which I face is that they come with a predefined sense of
Mhm.
entitlement. So when it comes to hard work and discipline, I see that lacking. But when it comes to rewards, they feel like they are entitled to the
Mhm.
awards. And the one area where I try to coach my students as much as possible is that the rewards will follow the discipline and the hard work. This is something which we as millennials always did right from our childhood days, but I see that lacking to a certain
Mhm.
degree in the Gen Zs and today's Gen Alphas. Another area where I face a challenge is when the parents or the learning community themselves fail to acknowledge the fact that sometimes their children are disrespectful, they are
True.
unkind to others, and they lack discipline. So, absolutely, blatantly failing to accept this fact also disheartens me sometimes because in this age of social media, we tend to build these picture perfect images of families and vacations. You know, social life, a
Yeah,
social
yeah.
media
Totally
perception of
agree.
life is completely different from real life. Real life is different from what we project on Instagram and YouTube, maybe. So
Mhm.
maybe we are living in an age where we want to project everything as picture perfect, including our own children. But that does not mean that parents, especially, should refuse blatantly to acknowledge certain not so good facts about their children. Now, We all are human beings. We make mistakes and we learn from them. And then
Mm.
when we learn from them, we become better individuals. It's a part of the entire human cycle. But failing to or just refusing to accept that their child can make mistakes and can be disrespectful and unkind sometimes does not define the child. But refusing to accept this could maybe in the future lead to the development of an adult who is disrespectful and who is unkind. So, that is one challenge which I encounter with the parental community in particular.
Yeah, it creates like a chain, right? True. So, would you feel that power of prayer and faith in God and its role in students' academic performances?
Oh, yes,
What's what do you
I
feel
believe
about it?
faith is extremely important. देखिए मैं ये नहीं कहती कि भगवान सब कुछ करते हैं या
Mm-hmm.
फिर आप बस भगवान से प्रार्थना कर लोगे तो आपकी पढ़ाइयाँ अच्छी हो जाएंगी या फिर आपके रिजल्ट्स एग्जाम्स में अच्छे आ जाएंगे या फिर आप अपने करियर में बहुत फ्लरिश करोगे जस्ट बिकॉज आपने प्रार्थना कर ली एक बार सुबह एक बार शाम नहीं ऐसा नहीं होगा बट yes I believe that there is a divine power there is a universal higher divine energy and being a spiritual coach I also coach my students in this area and I tell them that energy attracts energy. Like energy attracts like energy. So if you have that faith in that divine power, उसको आप या तो भगवान का नाम ले लीजिए या उसको डिवाइन एनर्जी बोल लीजिए कोई
Mm-hmm.
धार्मिक इंसान होगा तो किसी भगवान का नाम ले लेगा कोई आध्यात्मिक इंसान होगा तो उसको एक डिवाइन एनर्जी का या ऊर्जा का नाम दे देगा बट फेथ का होना जरूरी है मैं ये नहीं कह रही कि प्रार्थना करने से सारे काम हो जाते हैं या सारे जादू हो जाते हैं नहीं ऐसा नहीं होता है जब हम उस प्रार्थना में अपनी पूरी श्रद्धा आस्था अपनी पूरी मेहनत और अपना पूरा अनुशासन लगा देते हैं उस मेहनत और अनुशासन के साथ जब हम प्रार्थना करते हैं और फिर ईश्वर में या उस ऊर्जा में अपनी पूरी फेथ अटैच कर देते हैं then the combination of that hard work, discipline, and the faith that God will take care of the rest, that definitely can create miracles.
That's really beautiful. So, what is the message to educators to make education, more fruitful for learners of today's modern education scenario? Like, what's your message to the other educators?
I would only like to give one message to all my fellow peers and educators कि भाषणबाजी से बचिए. Don't try to turn your classrooms into lecture rooms and don't allow conversation to be just one way कि आप
Mm,
बात कर रहे हो और स्टूडेंट्स बस सुन ही सुन रहे हैं जैसे हम भी बोलते हैं कि यार लेक्चर मत दो nobody likes to listen to a lecture so
right.
I would only suggest that more and more educators should turn their classrooms into engaging interactive classrooms and communication should always be a two-way process जितना हम एजुकेट कर रहे हैं टीच कर रहे हैं उतना ही हमें हमारे स्टूडेंट्स के साथ हमारे लर्नर्स के साथ एंगेज भी होना है इंटरैक्ट भी करना है सवाल जवाब का होना भी उतना ही जरूरी है तो साथ ही साथ मैं बोलना चाहूंगी कि डू नॉट लेट योर स्टूडेंट्स जस्ट स्टे साइलेंट give
Mm,
them an opportunity to speak give them a chance to ask questions make them inquirers उनके अंदर एक इंक्वायरी का माइंडसेट आना चाहिए उनके मन में अगर सवाल उठे तो उनमें इतना साहस इतना कॉन्फिडेंस हो कि वो आपसे सवाल जवाब कर सकें अपने ओपिनियंस अपने आइडियाज आपके साथ भी शेयर कर सकें सो कॉन्वर्सेशन शुड ऑलवेज बी अ टू वे स्ट्रीट इन एनी क्लासरूम एंड वन
mhm,
मोर थिंग इन टुडेज वर्ल्ड मैंने बहुत सारे एजुकेटर्स को देखा है जो किताब खोल के बैठ जाते हैं एंड इट
mm,
सीम्स लाइक दे आर जस्ट ट्राइंग टू फिनिश द सिलेबस ऑन टाइम दैट्स ऑल but
mm,
in my opinion, that's not the way to educate today's youth and today's Gen Zs and Gen Alphas. Learning has to become more case study based, application based, storytelling based, and experience based. मेरा कहने का मतलब यह है कि किताब खोल के बस सिलेबस खत्म कर देना मैं रोट लर्निंग रट्टेबाजी के सख्त खिलाफ हूँ।
Hmm.
मेरा मानना है कि हम जितना ज्यादा प्रैक्टिकल अप्रोच के साथ एप्लीकेशन बेस्ड स्टडी करें, इवन इफ आवर कॉन्सेप्ट्स आर थियोरेटिकल, वी कैन ऑलवेज अप्लाई देम टू प्रैक्टिकल लाइफ एंड देन टीच देम टू आवर स्टूडेंट्स। देन वी कैन ऑल्सो अप्लाई केस बेस्ड स्टडीज। अगर हमें कोई कॉन्सेप्ट, फिजिक्स का कोई प्रैक्टिकल कॉन्सेप्ट भी सिखाना है, तो उसको केस स्टडीज के थ्रू सिखाएं। Case study based learning. We can have a
Mhm.
case study on which theoretical concepts and formulae can be applied. So, even if we have a theoretical concept to teach, we should apply case study based learning. We should apply application based learning, जो कि practical life में apply होती है। और जो ऐसे सब्जेक्ट्स हैं जहां पर फिजिक्स या मैथमेटिक्स की तरह बहुत ज्यादा थियोरेटिकल प्रिंसिपल्स और फॉर्मूले इन्वॉल्व नहीं है, जो ऐसे सब्जेक्ट्स हैं, वहां पर मुझे लगता है कि स्टोरी टेलिंग एंड एक्सपीरियंशियल लर्निंग को ज्यादा इन्वॉल्व करना चाहिए। जैसे कि मान लीजिए स्टोरी टेलिंग, लाइफ में कितने किस्से होते हैं, कहानियां होते हैं, उनके माध्यम से अगर हम पढ़ाएं तो बच्चों में एक रिलेटेबिलिटी फैक्टर ज्यादा आ पाएगा। मान लीजिए हम कोई भी कॉन्सेप्ट समझाने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं और हम कहानियों के माध्यम से पढ़ाएं, तो बच्चा सोचेगा हाँ, ऐसा तो मेरे साथ भी हुआ है। दैट्स
Yeah.
कॉल्ड द
Yeah.
रिलेटेबिलिटी
Yeah.
फैक्टर।
Right. Right.
एंड एक्सपीरियंशियल बेस्ड स्टडी कराएं। मान लीजिए अगर हमें इंडिया की पॉवर्टी के बारे में और पॉवर्टी के स्ट्रगल्स के बारे में बच्चों को पढ़ाना है किसी सब्जेक्ट में,
Hmm.
तो उनको एक ऐसे स्थान पे ले जाएं जहां पर
Hmm.
एक्चुअल पॉवर्टी देखने को मिलती है, जहां पर लोग झुग्गी झोपड़ियों में रह रहे हैं, और
Hmm.
उनके स्ट्रगल्स बच्चे रियल टाइम में देखें। दिस इज नोन एज एक्सपीरियंस बेस्ड लर्निंग और एक्सपीरियंशियल लर्निंग। तो इन सब मेथोडोलॉजीज को अगर हम आज के आधुनिक जमाने में अडॉप्ट करें, तो मुझे लगता है कि एजुकेटर्स अपने मकसद में ज्यादा सक्सेसफुल हो पाएंगे।
That's very true. Thank you so much, Anukriti ji. It was literally
थैंक
a
यू सो
very
मच।
beautiful and very informative session, I must say, because आपने, you have addressed each and everything जो आपने feel किया या as an educator आप को लगता है कि लोगों को apply करना चाहिए, right? Everything was just so smooth, so beautifully presented. So thank you so much for coming on our podcast and for sharing your information, for sharing your knowledge with us. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Aarti, for having me on your podcast. And my gratitude once again to the entire team at Diva Planet. And Aarti, it's always a pleasure connecting with you and interacting with you on such pertinent
Same here.
topics of
Same here.